How you doing, folks? It's Ron Grovis from Ron's Beer and Tools. I got a beer to showcase today. The beer we'll be reviewing is what's in front of you right here. It's called Yeti, Imperial Stout. This comes from the Great Divide Brewing Company out there in Denver, Colorado. Let's take a look at the can. This is an Imperial Stout. Probably have all seen them and had them. Officially, the name on these is the style is called Russian Imperial Stout. But they kind of, a lot of companies drop the name Russian and go with the Imperial Stout, which is a stronger brew, stronger stout in the stout family. But Yeti, we're getting the name from that mythical creature that you see there, the graphics on the can. A creature from the Himalayas, basically a big hairy creature, kind of resembling a human, and comes from the higher parts of the Himalayan mountains. I guess kind of the same mythical figure as Bigfoot and other names that they've called it. And so that's what the graphics on the can on. You can read brewed and canned by Great Divide Brewing Company, Denver, Colorado. Great Divide Brewing Company. It's Imperial Stout with the 9.5% ABV. So like all the rest of the Imperial Stout, that is their average ABVs, strong for regular beer, and just right for an Imperial Stout. It's got 75 international bitter units in this, so that should be a good balance. That's a lot of hops in this, 75 IBUs. So they probably balance is really good to be a good beer, because 75 could be classed as IPA with that many hops. Let's see what we got any information on this company. The founder is Brian Dunn. This brewery was founded in 1994, and literally before that, Mr. Dunn was the only employee when he started. Basically, he was doing the brewing, making the beer, bottling it, and going off selling it to the different accounts, getting accounts, and so forth. And that sounds almost simplified. But when you think about when you're brewing beer, the aftermath that you've got to clean up. And you've got to do all the things that a number of people usually do. You're brewing, finishes, you've got to take all the byproducts of what you've been brewing with. And then you also got to, at the beginning, make sure everything is sterilized. So there's a lot of work in the brewing for one gentleman, particularly when he's going on the market selling. That's a lot of work. But they've expanded. I don't know exactly the number of employees that they have now, but it's probably quite a bit with the size of the place that they have built on 5 acres of land that they just finished in 2015. They opened it up. And the Reno, R-I-N-O neighborhood, I guess it's a section of Denver, but I'm not all that up on Denver, Colorado. Okay, let's get us a glass. Further do of talking here, but and see what it looks like. Okay, we got an old Bud Light glass. All right, there's the glass, but let's talk about the beer we're reviewing here. This was, canned 31st of January of this year. So, you can see the water vapor is coming out. Coming out really dark, expected. That roasty malt color. And the head on it, as you can see. Truly an Imperial Stout for sure. Really can't see any light. Usually sometimes in the bottom, when it refracts through the glass, it kind of gets a ruby color. It's not even getting ruby, it's so dark, absorbing the light. As the light rays hit it, it just gets absorbed. It's so dark this is. And you can see the head on it. Let's get the drone up. Well, it looks creamy from here. Yeah, yes, a creamy head. A few different sized bubbles in there. But overall, they're pretty uniform on the small bubbles, making that creamy circumference around the glass here. That is. That's a good looking head on it. Good looking brew. So like I said, this is a 9.5 ABV by volume and 75 international bitter units. That surely is a good looking brew. That really is looking like it's a typical Imperial Stout. That thick color of it, the head on it. Alright, they're saying as far as food pairings on this, and I really agreed. Most times I don't really follow the food pairings. I say if you like a beer and what you like it, eating and drinking with it, it's kind of a parallel thing, what you like, both the drink and the eating. But their food pairings are as grilled steak and leeks. That sounds good. It would go good with this. Grilled steak and leeks. Rosemary potatoes au gratin. Wow, that sounds good. Now that there sounds also good. Roquefort blue cheese, another one. That sounds good. Would go with this here fine brew. And creme brulee. Now creme brulee definitely would sound like it would go with this here, this fine looking Imperial Stout. So those food pairings are right on target, and I agree with that. What they're saying on those food pairings. Beer Advocate gave this a 4.21 out of 5. So that's exceptional. That's really good. Mr. Dunn, if he's still the brewmaster there, he has done a good job. Brian Dunn, founder. And I'm thinking still the brewmaster, but definitely the owner. All right, let's no further ado. Let's get a nose on this. Oh yeah, it comes right out. That roasted malt, coffee. Yeah, always that coffee aroma from it. Toffee, even some toffee. Again, a hint of alcohol. It almost seems that the hops are low and being dominated by the malt, but I'm not getting any kind of really true hoppy aroma. No, it's alright. Look at there, and see what the aromas match that what it's saying. I mean, when we poured it, the pour was almost like it still is like a jet black to it, as you can see. And it was that pouring dark from the beginning, and it had that coffee. I mean, they had on it that shades of coffee color on it. All right, no further ado. Let's give it a taste. Bottoms up. Oh, it's a creaminess. A creaminess on the mouthfeel for sure. Roasty malt comes out. Caramel. That roasty malt, that maltiness, kind of like a burnt malt, kind of. Or maybe it's just really roasty malt. Chocolatey. That roasted coffee flavor. So if I'm slurping and lip smacking, folks, some caramel sweetness on this. Get that caramel sweetness. Definitely a good hop balance, even though at times on my third swig, I think I got a little bit of a bitterness. I think definitely that sweetness is very, very balanced, whatever hops they have in this. And at times, almost like a wine taste on it. And very, very minor wine taste. Which you do get from a lot of the Imperial Stouts and the stronger beers. It finishes a bit dry. It blends with the dryness, bitterness type, which quickly goes away. But definitely a creamy mouthful. A feel. Definitely above average on flavors. Thick mouthful. Get some of the carbonation, so you know the carbonation is still working. There's Yeti. Overall, a good drinking beer. It's very drinkable. I know on their webpage they've won a lot of awards that were starting in the Great American Beer Festival in 2005. They've listed them all the way up to 2010. Not every year, a few years in between. So a lot of folks like this brew. People that know their brews and beers and ales like it. Next time I think I'll have some grilled steaks or some rosemary potatoes. I'll be thinking of this for sure. Or some Roquefort cheese. Definitely, for sure. All right. With that said, we'll grab it. What someone else does. And it is drinkable. Very drinkable beer. Very drinkable. It's been a cold day here, folks. This morning it was snowing. It's hard to imagine we're getting snow this time of year. It was in April, and we're getting snow. I think today's the 18th of April. It's a Thursday. I think it's the 18th. And I woke up, and it was snowing. Didn't mount much on the ground, but this is New England. You wait a while, it'll change, and it did change to rain. The temperature went up a little bit. It kind of melted a lot of the snow away. It wasn't much snow, probably a quarter of an inch, so half an inch in some areas. But the ground was getting white, and it's April. It's supposed to be spring. But anyways, enough of the New England weather report. Excuse me. This is the beer. If you have an opportunity to purchase it, look how it is pouring like midnight. It is pouring black. Real dark chocolate color. It's like a dark double chocolate. It pours, as you can see from the head on that. So, I won't go any longer. Have a good day, folks. I'm going to drink responsibly, and don't drive. I want to thank all our military veterans for what you have done, and the families that have, from these military veterans, have sacrificed. So, with that said, the drone's already gone up. No, departing. Have a good day, folks. Ciao.